Alright, what's going on, guys? Dr. Stephen James here to bring you another video. Today is my weekly review of this week's episode for The Walking Dead. It is called The Rotten Core. So, of course, spoiler warning if you have not seen the episode already. So, to start with, we are brought back to the apartment community where got some stragglers from that community clearing out the hallways of the Commonwealth soldiers. In other news, we see Negan actually got married. That's, I mean, it's, and not only that, but he also has a kid on his way. He just doesn't know it yet. It's great development for his character. I'm glad the showrunners decided to go that route, but it all happened so fast. I mean, I think it's been no more than a week since Negan deserted the Alexandrian community. You're telling me that in that time he not only found a new community, but actually met and then married one of the members and has a kid on the way? I mean, that's a little far-fetched, honestly. But yeah, good for him. And also, we see that Herschel, Herschel Jr. actually finally met the man who killed his father. And I'm like, awkward. Yeah, like as soon as Herschel sees Negan spike that Commonwealth soldier with a pipe. I mean, obviously he doesn't have his bat anymore, but as soon as Herschel saw him do that, I mean, he could tell that that was the man who, the bad man who killed his father. So, yeah, it turns out he wasn't even supposed to be there. You know, just like Carl, he was a stowaway in Maggie's truck. Yeah, that is such a Carl thing to do. I mean, even that shot where he has Negan at gunpoint, I swear it looks just like the in the comics when Carl shot Shane. He's like, "Don't hurt my daddy." I mean, they are so identical that can't be a coincidence. I mean, the showrunners knew what they were doing when they made that reference. So yeah, that was cool and everything. Is Herschel ever going to get his chance to kill Negan? I hope not, but Negan basically suggests that if they have to do this unfinished business, that he should wait in a few years. Of course, by then he will have his own kid. Well, unless they decide to kill off his kid, like they did Morgan and Gracie's daughter from Fear the Walking Dead. God, that was such a bad episode, but I digress. Yeah. Oh, and Toby Carlson. I'm sorry, I could not remember his name last week when I did the review for the other episode. But yeah, his name is Toby Carlson, and he is lead in the investigation of Lance's missing supplies. Unfortunately, a bunch of innocent people died for nothing because it turns out it was Leah who actually stole the Commonwealth supplies and attacked the convoy. And she did it single-handedly too. Well, at least that's the way it looks. Pretty sure she's working alone right now. Pretty sure our core group killed all the Reapers, and she's the last one yet left. So does she still see herself as a Reaper? Probably. I mean, they were like family to her, but I don't think there's any left. So basically she's fighting for ghosts. It looks like, well, I think maybe Leah is going to be our main bad guy for. I mean, I guess technically, there are two bad guys this season. It'll still Leah being one of them, and then there's Lance and Sebastian. Oh yeah, more on him in a bit, but I just want to say that I mean, I feel like one of them is going to. I mean, I feel like one of these conflicts has to be resolved by the season finale. Question is, who's gonna experience the downfall first, Leah or Lance? I mean, I feel like it has to be. I feel like it has to be Leah who is to die next, because I mean her arc is already stretching out way too long. I feel like. I mean, I feel like Leah would, have to be killed off first, and then they can focus all their attention on the corruption in the Commonwealth. But the thing is, if they kill off Leah first, I mean, they're gonna have to pace things up a little bit with her character, because our group still has no idea that she's responsible for the convoy attack. So, should be an interesting couple episodes if they decide to go that route, but we'll see. Our other asshole, Sebastian, oh, he was especially annoying in this episode. You lose some people in a convoy. I mean, maybe it won't raise too many eyebrows depending on how frequently it happens. Sending in up to more than 40 soldiers into a single place and then they never come out. Man, I swear, Pamela Milton is the most naive mother I have ever met, honestly. I mean, her son has been doing this for so long, and so many have died to do it. I mean, the fact is, if Carol and Mercer hadn't shown up to the house Rosita and Daryl would be dead. I mean, they were in a pretty tough spot, and they would have joined April, the new single episode character. It sucks that she was killed off, but yep. It turns out that Sebastian, since Pamela cut Sebastian off, he needs to find new ways of making money. Oh, and by the way, I didn't really think about it much, but it is kind of cool that they put money, cash, the currency from the old world into the zombie apocalypse, because it actually does more than you realize for the overall Walking Dead universe. Because I mean, before people were using survival supplies for currency, bullets, water, etc. But with money, it might be weird, but if you think about it, it's actually a pretty neat thing that they're doing, and I don't think it's ever been done before. And Sebastian growing up the way he did, he's kind of like a low-key mob boss. The way he hires people to fetch money, and the risks that come with the jobs that they're hired for. I think Sebastian actually likes Daryl and Rosita, even if they don't like him back. But hey, at least they got paid for their services. It was only in that one moment that I kind of respected Sebastian. I still hate him, don't get me wrong. But, at least he doesn't do slave labor. I think he's probably only my second least favorite character in the Walking Dead universe, besides, I mean, behind Ed, Carol's um, dead husband. I mean, you'd have to be an OG fan to know who that is. Mercer really does not like to be undermined, so I thought it was pretty cool that Mercer, killed off the two that were, overseeing the operation, basically. I mean, I think we know by now, or if you didn't, you should know that Mercer really does not like to be undermined, so of course he shot them both in the head when they told him that he wasn't in charge of them anymore. So yeah, so that was pretty cool. Oh, and speaking of character deaths, I have to say, the way they killed off Toby Carlson, oh, such a glorious fashion. I mean, not only is that the most, in my opinion, the most satisfying villain death in The Walking Dead that I've ever seen, it's easily it's also probably the coolest. It's probably also my most favorite villain death of all, like overall, outside The Walking Dead. But that's a thought topic for. I mean, that opinion is gonna require more thought. But yeah, anyway, that's the video. If I had to rate this video, I'd give it a solid 9.1 out of 10. I mean, it was a great episode, but I mean, the whole thought that Negan already started a family within the span of how long have they been separate? I mean, I think that lady that Negan married said that she was already 2 weeks pregnant, was it? So maybe, I mean, has there been a time jump since episode 9 of this season? I'm not really sure. I don't think there was, but maybe I missed something. I guess covering yourself up with Walker blood doesn't always work. I mean, it didn't work for April. I guess that's the video. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought. Share it on social media. And I will see you in the next one. As always, Dr. Stephen James. I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.